The original brick chimney toppled over and thundered down the sloping roof during a powerful earthquake. My mother was usually unflappable, but earthquakes were one of the few things capable of unsettling her, and the noise of the chimney made it sound as if the roof was about to collapse in on top of us. My formal education started under the watchful eye of the nuns at St. Joseph's Primary School. I would set off for school with cheese and jam sandwiches and home-baked treats, especially the peanut brownies that my mother still bakes better than anyone else I know. We quickly learned to be vigilant in the classroom, conscious that a sudden smack across the knuckles could occur at any time if we were caught being sloppy in our exercise books. Sometimes it was the flat side of the wooden ruler that would be used, but most often it was the narrow, harder edge which delivered a painful, sharper blow. At break times, we'd play tag, leaping up steps and across tyres in the school's adventure playground, then launching ourselves down slides and hurdling seesaws. The monkey bars were officially out of bounds for the new entrants, but as a lightweight kid, they were great to use as an escape route, swinging hand over hand to get away. One day my hand slipped, and the momentum of my legs swung them higher than my flailing arms. I fell to the ground with my left arm extended. The impact hurt, but what really upset me was how crooked my left forearm looked. I still remember one of the nuns scolding me for being on the monkey bars because I was only 5 years old. Then she softened a bit and took me to the sick bay, where I waited for my mother to collect me and take me to Waikato Hospital. By the time I was 7 years old, we had shifted to the lower North Island town of Woodville, where my dad took the position of postmaster. That meant that he supervised the post office's banking and mail operations, as well as managing the telephone exchange. The post office occupied the lower floor of a large old two-storied building, while we lived on the floor above. It was handily positioned just across the road from the primary school and had a good-sized backyard. Woodville was wedged between the steep hills and jagged peaks of the Ruahine and Tararua ranges. It was even smaller than Te Aroha, with a population of about 1,600 people. There were 7 kids in the family at that point. My older brother Kieran and sister Anna are twins. I was third, followed by a sister Mary, 2 brothers Andrew and Jamie, and finally a sister Lucy. The youngest of us, Helen, was born after we shifted to Woodville, and once she started primary school, my mum became the district nurse. With 8 kids in the family, plus the odd stray youngster that my mum would bring home after her nursing rounds, mealtimes could be a bit cramped and chaotic. But before mealtimes, the kitchen was usually quiet, with Mum reading a book while cooking dinner. She would have the book open on the bench top, reading passages in between checking the oven or whatever was on the stove. Her other ritual was successfully completing the crossword on the back page of the Dominion newspaper every morning, during or immediately after breakfast. Her speed and efficiency at both were impressive. In an effort to keep some sort of order at mealtimes, our parents would enforce the need for basic etiquette, such as keeping our elbows in or holding the knife in the right hand and the fork in the left, and you had to finish your food before you'd be allowed to excuse yourself. The bright evenings in summer meant that we'd head back outside after dinner. In the winter, there was television, reading, or board games, or possibly a bit of homework might get done. At bedtime, the 4 boys were stacked into 2 sets of bunks for easy storage in a shared bedroom, while the girls were spread between 2 rooms. I was always keen to be active and would play whatever game was being played at school. During lunchtimes on fine days, we most often played bull rush, where a line of players would try to get from one side of a pitch to the other without being tackled. If you were tackled, you had to join the tacklers in the middle of the next charge from the players still free. When the grass areas were deemed to be too damp to be played on, 4-square or padder tennis tended to dominate. After school, it was backyard cricket when we got home, or basketball with an old hoop up on the garage.